You guys, I got an order from Sephora today that I had placed earlier, and I don't do very many like beauty hauls or beauty review products because most everything that I've been using recently, when I bother to wear makeup, as you can tell, I don't have anything on right now. Everything I use recently is stuff that's really old. Like if I use eyeshadow, I use the Naked palette more frequently, like the original Naked palette, more frequently than I use anything else. And I just haven't really, I've seen some stuff that I really liked, but I haven't. I'm taking 3 trips this year. I'm going to the beach twice, and then I'm going to Portland with my friend Forrest, who lives in Chicago. I'm to LeakyCon in July. So I have a trip in June, a trip in July, and a trip in August. And because of that, I'm trying to save money, so that I can do fun things while I'm on those trips, as opposed to, just sitting in a hotel room. Sadly. But the new Aqualillies palette, it came in this is a really pretty mint, it's like a minty turquoise, if that makes any sense, and coral packaging, and I thought it was so pretty. And then the palette itself, this is a lot bigger than I actually had thought that it would be. This is the palm of my hand, and it doesn't even really cover my whole face, but so it's a lot larger than I was expecting, and I just thought this is such a fantastic palette, and even though it's going to be really great for summer, it's also going to be really good for the whole year. I feel like I can make this work. And this is their Amazonian Clay line. It's Tarte, sorry, this is Tarte's Amazonian Clay. So there are 2 bronzers, a blush, and then 6 eyeshadows. And I'm just going to do some swatches. I have these colors that they're called, but this is one of those situations where I don't know that all of these are available outside of the palette. It's a limited edition palette. So first are the bronzers. They have Park Avenue Princess and Champagne. And the Park Avenue Princess is barely going to show up on my hand. They're both really good. It looks the Park Avenue Princess and then the Champagne, they look a lot darker in the palette than they do on. It looks honestly just like there's going to be just a really light shimmer, and then the bronzer itself, they're both going to blend really well. So that's going to be good. Regardless of your skin tone, if you are darker skin tone, I don't think that the Champagne is going to be too light. And one thing that Alyssa always runs into, I know when she gets brown bronzer, she struggles to find a good shade because her skin is so pale. I'm fortunate that even though I have fairer skin, I tan easily, and most bronzers work well for me. So both of those colors, though, I feel like the brown, it doesn't make me feel like it's going to make you look dirty. Sometimes I think bronzers can make you look like you haven't had a bath, and that's unattractive. So next is the blush, and it's a full-size blush in the Amazonian Clay blush, and it's called Captivating. Oh, it's a really pretty color, actually. It doesn't, again, it's going to be one that you have to layer to get a lot of pop, but actually you can see it on my finger better than you can see it. Can you? Anyway, it's just a really pale, peachy color. It's really, really difficult to see. Let me put it on my face. Yeah, so that's going to be another really blendable color. This is going to be funny because I'm going to swatch all of these colors and you're not going to be able to see any of them on my skin. Maybe I'll put them on the inside of my arm. If I do it here, can you see it better? Oh yeah, see? Maybe if I weren't in a shadow, that would help. Anyway, so that is just a really pretty kind of pinky peach. It's really, again, neutral, flattering shade. And then there are several eyeshadows. There's a really dark brown that is called Hammock, and then a kind of nude color called Bikini. So there's Hammock, Bikini, and Barefoot. This one's kind of a sand color, and this one is more of a apricot. It's kind of like a shimmery peach, which is good. And then I have stuff all over my hand. This one is, I don't know, I'm really like super happy with this. This one is non-existent. You can't see that color at all. So then there's also Parasol right here, which is another pink shimmer. This that you can barely see is called Sun Deck. It's almost just like a completely nudie brown color. And then it has just their like bright color pop. It's called Poolside. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shadows. And they're all pretty, you know, like what you see in this palette is pretty much what they're showing up as on my hand. This blue is a lot less intense than I was expecting. And then, of course, the other cool thing about this palette is that it comes with a card with 2 beauty looks. Like, here's one thing that you can do with this palette, and here is another thing that you can do with this palette, and it tells you, it gives you the instructions. It tells you even, like, what kind of brush you need to use, and how far you need to extend it on your lash line, up to your brow bone. So that's really nice, I think, because sometimes I think you get palettes and you're like, I don't even know how to, like, I know how to use this to make my own makeup, but I have this really fancy palette, and how can I do something kind of different with it? So I'm really excited. I'm going to wear it tomorrow to school, so my next video I will let you guys know about wearability and how long those colors last, if they stay true after a little bit of time. I feel like my light just moved. I think the sun went down outside and my whole, like, all my light just dimmed. It got really dark. The only other things I got was a refill of my Smith's Rosebud Salve. I use this stuff all the time. I've talked about it before. And then one of my favorite things I've ever gotten in Glossy Box is a hair tie that's made out of these, like, ribbon hair tie elastics. And so I got this set, and it's really nice because it has just like the regular color and then like a sparkly one. And the sparkly ones are fuzzy. I thought it was just glitter pasted on there, and I was like, oh no. But they're not. They're it's like felt kind of. So I'm excited. I really like these. I think they're really good for your hair. They don't get tangled. They don't leave like a crease. If you wear them on your wrist, you don't get that horrible, like, I have lost one of my limbs kind of mark. So not a huge haul, and I just didn't, like I said, there's been a lot of cool stuff out, but nothing that I've really been excited to try until this Tarte palette. And so I'm really excited to, one of my other things with my trips this summer, I'm flying for the first time in one of them, so I'm really nervous about packing space. So it's nice to have a palette that has most everything that I'll need. Like, I can pack a mascara and a lipstick and be ready to go. So, if you guys have tried this palette, if you guys have it, let me know. And like I said, in my next video, I'll let you know about wearability and if the colors stay true throughout the day. Bye!